Chapter 2, Force and Pressure. Learning objectives are motion, types of motion, translatory motion, circular motion, rotational motion, and repetitive motion. First, we are going to discuss about what is motion. So, look at the picture. In left side, near the tree, car is there. At position A, there is starting point. After reaching the time, it moves some distance. After 5 seconds, the car reaches here at the position of B. So, before it is at rest, after it starting moving and reached to some distance. So, this is called a motion. So, when an object moves from one place to another place is called motion. A tree is fixed at a place, so we say that it is stationary. The stationary means rest. Similarly, a house, a school, a factory, electric poles, and telephone poles are all stationary objects with the remains at a fixed place. So these are all the stationary objects. So it is at a fixed place depending on the time. In science, when an object is stationary, not moving, it is said to be rest. And look at the picture here. The animals are moving from one place to another place. All the animals move from one place to another place. On the other hand, a man, animals, birds, car, bus, etc. do not remain stationary all the time. They can move from one place to another. The movement of an object is called motion. The movement of an object is called motion. An object is said to be in motion or moving when its position changes with the time. It is very, very important when its position changes with the time. Slow and fast. So look at the picture. So the clock having totally 3 hands, already known well: seconds hand, minutes hand, and hours hands, which move around and around in a dial of the watch. The second hand of a watch moves quickly, so we can observe the movement of your second hands of your watch very easily, yes or no? So in these 3 hands, the red color, that is the second hands, it can move fastly, so we can able to easily understand these hands move fastly inside the clock. But the minutes hand and hours hand of your watch move quick slow. So minutes hand and hour hands moving very slow, we cannot able to find easily. So the movement is very, very slow, so their movement cannot be observed easily because of the motion is very, very slow into the watch. Next we are going to discuss about types of motion. Normally we can divide it into so many types. First one is translational motion. Further, translational motion divided into 2 types. One is rectilinear motion and another one is curvilinear motion. Circular motion, rotational motion, and repetitive motion. So these are the ways we can classify the types of motion. Okay, translational motion. So look at the picture. The ball moves along a straight line. At the same time, it having 2 types of motion. One is straight line motion. At the same time, it is moving around the ball onto the ground. So 2 types of motion having in the picture. When we throw a ball on the ground, each part of the ball covers the same distance in a given time. Same distance in a given time. So that is called translatory motion. The translational motion we will say a rectilinear motion also. This type of motion, all the parts of an object moves the same distance in a given time, is called translational motion. That means all parts of an object moves the same distance in a given time. Suppose 1 meter 1 second. So this is called translational motion. Same distance in a given time. And rectilinear motion. When an object moves translational motion along a straight line path, is said to be in rectilinear motion. A rectilinear motion takes place in a fixed direction. It is very, very important. A rectilinear motion takes place in a fixed direction. That is called a straight line path. So look at the picture. When an aeroplane land off onto the ground, it's moving straight line in a road. Car, bus moving along a straight line road. And march fast. March fast, it is moving along a straight line path. So these are the so many examples we will explain by the rectilinear motion. And look at this picture. An athlete moves in a curved path, and an arrow throwing some of the direction. So these two examples are called curvilinear motion. So when you look at these two pictures, the second pictures having a arrow, it moves some distance. After end of the distance, it taking the direction of curved path. Already you can able to see some of the sports in this way. The motion of an object is said to be curvilinear if it moves along a curved path. So this one curved path, and this man throwing a things, it's reaching the end of the time, it taking the path is curvilinear motion. And next we are going to discuss about circular motion. So already known well in social science also. The center of the all the center of the planet is sun. This is the third position is our earth. It moving around the circular path along the moving around the sun. Okay. When an object moves along a circular path is called circular motion. Okay. When an object moves along a circular path is called circular motion. Examples: movement of the moon around the earth. Yes or no? Also having sub-satellite, that is called the moon. The moon also around the earth at a circular path like this way. Yes, the movement of the earth around the sun. At the same time, the movement of the earth around the sun also. So these all the examples explain about circular motion. So that means an object moves along a circular path. It is called circular motion. Next we are going to discuss about rotational motion. When an object turns or spin, about a fixed axis, it is called a rotational motion. Example of spinning top. Okay, so the spinning top it is connected to the earth fixed axis and turn itself. And some other examples: the earth is moving around the sun at a fixed axis. At the same time, the earth is also rotate itself in the angle of 23.5. So these are the examples we will explain by rotational motion. And bend the mill. So it is fixed onto the top end of the side. It is moving. So these all the examples explain about rotational motion. The next we are going to discuss about repetitive motion. When an object moves such that it repeats its motion after certain interval of time. So this type of motion taking continuously the regular interval of time is called a repetitive motion. Thank you, students.